The midterms right around the corner, a blue wave may be creeping up, and there's a possibility the Democrats might take control of the House. Here to react, Republican Congressman from Wisconsin, Sean Duffy. All right, Congressman, I heard some sound from your friend Maxine Waters, no relation to myself, and it terrified everybody, especially some people in the business community. Let's listen to what she had to say.
I will be the first African American, the first woman to chair the powerful Financial Services Committee. That's all of Wall Street. That's all the insurance companies. That's all the banks.
Maxine Waters is going to be in charge of policing Wall Street. And you say what?
She is no Jesse Waters, Jesse. Listen, I don't care about her race. I care that she's a socialist. I mean, the Financial Services Committee, we're the plumbing of free enterprise. I mean, we're what makes the economy work. This is capital markets, banks, and insurance. And she's a radical leftist, so she'll be the first socialist to actually chair this committee. And they want more rules, they want more regulations. Some, even Elizabeth Warren, said we shouldn't have banks do banking. We should have the post office, the government.
Oh boy,
do American
because the post
banking.
office does such a great job delivering mail.
Yeah, right.
You know, the Wall Street fat cats are going to have to grease her big time. They're going to have to send that socialist Maxine so much money to stay out of their business that, I don't know, she's just going to be overflowing. Also, what they want to do, if they take the House, they're going to reinvestigate Kavanaugh and possibly impeach Kavanaugh. What would that look like?
So Jerry Nadler, the head of, who would be the new chair of the Judiciary Committee, he says, I want to impeach Judge Kavanaugh. They all want to impeach Donald Trump.
Right.
So listen, what this is really about, Jesse, is our free enterprise system with Donald Trump and the House Republicans. We fought to give more power to the American people,
right,
giving them power and control over their money and their lives and their jobs and their businesses. Democrats see this winning, and because they're socialists, they go, no, we got to stop the winning. We want to re-empower Washington, and so to do that, they have to distract Donald Trump. They try to destroy Donald Trump, and if they do that and can stop the winning for the American people, they hope that they can win in 2020. This is what this is all about.
It's true. I mean, you just had 4.2 GDP growth, and you had 3.5 GDP growth, and the Democrats are saying, wait, whoa. Let's slow this thing down here. This economy's getting too good. We got to pump the brakes. All right. You mentioned, I think they want to go after the president's taxes. Now, as you know, the president has not released his taxes. I don't think he ever is going to release his taxes. If the Democrats do take the House back, can they subpoena President Donald Trump's taxes?
They can try, and I think the IRS can try to stop them. But no doubt they'll go down this road. But just for your viewers, the president doesn't have to release his taxes. Now, many presidents in the past have released their taxes, but Donald Trump didn't, and he's not required to.
Right.
So this is, again, a tactic to distract. But
and it's going to take up so much attention, and they're going to throw subpoenas everywhere, and they're not going to be able to get anything done, and the media is going to cover it. Taxes, Trump taxes, he's fighting releasing his taxes. It's just gamesmanship. Do you think if they do retake the House, that the American people are just going to get sick of all the games? Because if you look at the Democrat platform, it looks like all games.
Well, it is. And they'll stop us from giving additional tax cuts to middle-class Americans.
Right.
They'll stop us from securing the border. And by the way, we had a vote in the House, Jesse. You're talking about the caravan coming north the last couple segments. We had a vote in the House that said you have to be an American citizen to vote in an American election. All Republicans voted for that. Virtually all Democrats voted against actually having only Americans vote in American elections. They either voted no or they voted present.
Slow down for a second. Democrats in the House voted against a bill that said only Americans can vote in an American election?
In American elections.
There were no Democrats that voted with you guys.
They voted no. There was a handful of Democrats that voted yes, but a majority of them voted no or voted present because they're fundamentally opposed to Americans voting in American elections because they've sold out to the open borders radical left.
I thought they don't like foreign interference in elections.
Yeah, so did I. But
I mean, isn't that what that's about?
If you have foreign interference that helps them, Jesse, they love it.
I know.
So if you're an immigrant who's illegal that'll vote for a Democrat,
they'll take you. I know. You mentioned immigration, wall funding. Is that just completely off the table if the Democrats take the House back?
Absolutely. So what's happened is Republicans in the House, we passed border funding bills that's going to the Senate because of the funky rules over there. You need Democrats to vote for it, so we've been a few votes shy. But if we pick up seats in the Senate and we keep the House, we're going to get the border wall built. But if Democrats take control, that's absolutely off the table.
Last question. I only have 30 seconds left, Congressman. If the Democrats do take the House, can you, in a lame duck session, jam through wall funding while you have about a month and a half in between the new Congress?
Well, we can try, but again, we have to get that through the Senate, and there's still 9 Senate Democrats that would stop us there. Right. So, but if we pick up seats and keep the House, and that's a real possibility. Okay. We can actually get this done. It's not a foregone conclusion, Jesse. We can still win. It's in the hands of the American people.
I agree. I agree. Everyone's
say
saying
no to the
wave.
radical left.
I agree. We're not going to know until Tuesday night. It's all still
Let's
up in the air.
keep winning, Jesse.
That's right. That's right. We're not sick of it yet. Thank you, Congressman.
We're not sick. Thank you.
All right.